See, this is this is how it all started. Like, let me go into the super ego. See, I came from someone who didn't know their worth. I came through them. And by me coming through them and seeing the fact that they didn't know their worth and didn't know their value and didn't understand themselves, it kind of made me truly have a deep sense of curiosity and a deep sense of just wanting to amend the broken spirit of a woman. See, I went on this long journey trying to actually heal my mother, but then finding out that it wasn't something that I truly, actually, deeply wanted to do in my heart, but I tried and I attempted and I did different things to make this happen. So I met other women along the way who was dealing with the same brokenness, the same undervaluedness, and I tried to help them and I tried to be there for them. I've grabbed them from prostitution. I've spent nights with them when they was kicked out and homeless, and I stood right there with them and was homeless with them as well. I fought for them. I've tried to bring them out of that deep abyss that they was in. And even though they turned on me and disregarded me and disrespected me and devalued me and treated me as if like I meant nothing to them, even though I was doing everything I could for them, I still truly didn't give up. See, even when I had a woman molest me, even when I had a woman rape me, even when I had a woman tell me that she hate me, I still didn't give up because I still had a sense of belief in her. So no matter how many women I've come across that was brutally shattered within their souls and spirit, and I've done things to try to help recover them. See, when they told me and I seen that they was in places that couldn't be rejuvenated, and I knew that I could help them because I was those women, and I came out of it. I broke out of it. So I try to starve their ego. I try to not feed into the superficial affections that they thought that they truly needed but didn't need. See, I was giving my all to them and I was trying to break their ego down so then I could actually feed their soul. But they were so ego driven that they didn't realize that I was everything that they needed for their soul. So they end up resenting me and end up disliking me, and end up hating me and feeling like I was just the worst thing that could happen to them, even though I didn't do the worst thing that ever happened to them. They still felt that way because I was doing something that's has never been done. I was caring for them on a level that they didn't understand they needed to be cared for. I was caring for them on a level that they didn't truly even see. That no one has ever took the time, ever took the chance to actually deeply listen, to actually deeply focus on them, to actually give a deeper meaning to their existence. See, I did all that. And I realized that even though I was doing that, it still wasn't truly enough. But I didn't give up. I didn't give up when I went hard for them and I tried to be there for them no matter how much it was tearing me down, no matter how much it was breaking me down, and me having to create beauty out of those breakdowns and those breakthroughs. I still didn't give up. I still kept attempting. I still kept trying because I didn't want them to end up like all the women that I've seen that come before them, like all the women who I've tried to help before and who didn't care for that help or didn't need that help and felt like that help was unwarranted and unnecessary, and they just needed that superficial security to help their ego and give their defense mechanisms a boost. See, I didn't do that. I was going after their soul, after their deeper serenity, after their deeper vulnerability. And those women ended up still broken to this day, still shattered to this day, still unrejuvenated, still unrelated within themselves, still detached from their own hearts. See, I didn't want that to happen because I had faith. I had a deep belief that I could bring them from that. No matter how strong their temper was, no matter how much anger they had inside themselves, I couldn't give up. So I still kept trying. No matter how many times they did things that would just seem so disloyal, but not truly. Nothing I couldn't handle. When they would do things that was so unfortunate, but nothing I couldn't be fortunate about, I still didn't give up. No matter how many times they told me that they wouldn't go back to their old ways or they wouldn't go back to their old type of relationships, and they still did it time and time and time again, repeating the same behaviors over and over and over again. I still had faith. I still believed, still didn't give up, no matter how many times they treated me like I was the one stabbing them, like I'm the one that put the knife in them, like I'm the one that left that knife inside of them, no matter how their parents broke them down, no matter how those relationships broke them down, no matter how much pain their friends have caused and how many things they had to suffer with from their family members. I still was trying to help bring them out of that cage. No matter how hard they kept fighting to stay in that cage and kept fighting me to stay the same, I still wouldn't give up no matter how tough it was. So at times I had to leave them, I had to abandon them, I had to walk away from that ego and defense mechanism because I had to show them that it was something more deeper that I was trying to do. And even though they didn't respect or understand my moves, deep inside my heart, I knew what I was doing was true. See, I was helping their soul come to the surface. I was giving their souls notoriety and helping them be able to see that their vulnerability was absolutely and truly the essence of their strength. It wasn't about them blocking themselves off from love or blocking themselves off from not having anyone get close or not trusting anyone, because deep inside they all want to be loved. No matter what they say out their mouths, no matter how they act, they still want to be loved. They still get up and get dressed because they still have a deep, 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 deep desire to be seen or be heard, but it's still in them. And I was trying to liberate them from all that and set them free and give them their own sense of identity and give them their own independence so they could be able to stand not just on 2 feet but on 9 feet and be able to have their own sense of foundation, their own sense of strength, and won't ever be lost or misguided in life. I was trying to liberate them from their own temptations, from their own mistakes, from their own downfalls. I was trying to pick them up. Even in the process of them putting me down, I still kept trying over and over again. Because when it got past beyond the point that I had nothing to even do with the mother anymore, and realizing that that love wasn't something I no longer needed because she didn't even have that in herself, I realized that what I was doing was important work, regardless of the outcome, regardless of all the shakes and trembles. What I was doing was very quality work. I was putting myself out there, putting myself in there to actually help individuals or help an individual who had no help at all and didn't even see that. It didn't even see that, even though I was the lonely one, even though I was the misfit, the one that was strange and weird and had no one to truly connect or understand me or wanted to stay by my side, that they were actually lonely, more lonely than I was, Because even though I didn't have those things that everyone else did, those connections, those relatives, those family, those friends, those relationships, I had me. And I was greater than all those things because I didn't need to depend on those things. See, they was dependent on all those things. And I was trying my best to show them that you didn't need all that for you to be all that. And it was tough. It was tough. It was tough trying to remove hurt, remove a deep hurt that was in someone for so long that this is all they know, this is all they knew how to be. And they didn't understand true forgiveness. They didn't understand that true gratitude and forgiveness was the absolute liberation. And I've liberated and had to break through hatred, I had to break through anger. And it wasn't easy. And sometimes I had individuals in my life that no matter what I did or how I acted, they wouldn't give up. So I was able to take the perseverance that they had and then use that on other individuals and think of them and say, you know, they didn't give up on me in this way. They didn't give up on me in that way. And I was able to exercise that strength because it's going to hurt. Growth, evolution is going to hurt. And you need to understand that what I've done, all the things that I've done, that's been so uncomfortable and so unsolicited and so it just feeling so much pressure from me. It just feeling like I don't get it, like I don't understand, like I'm not letting you breathe. Everything that I've done to make you feel like I was pushing you away, to make you feel like you wasn't enough. None of those things was true. All of those things was how you felt, but it wasn't what I was doing. What I was doing was starving your ego. I was starving your defenses, and I was feeding your soul. Because your soul understood. That's why I'm the one that make your heart beat a certain way. That's why I'm the one to make you feel things that's so intense and so powerful and so passionate to the point where you fear them. Because that's your soul speaking to me through you. And only a language that I can hear right now. And maybe one day you will too. So everything I did was for your own good, for your own joy. And I'm sorry if it made you feel as if I didn't care. But in fact, I cared the most. I spent many nights thinking how I could solve your problems, thinking how I could make you greater and better. And even though you felt like you didn't want to be a project for me, that was just your defenses. There's no one ever in your life will actually spend time and try to figure out how they could make you better, how they could heal you from what's been hurting you, how they could help you be found and not be lost anymore. Everyone that's been in your life just encourage you to be who you are. Just encourage you to keep settling for that version of yourself, to keep being weak, to keep being angry, to keep being stressed, to keep just giving out all yourself and draining yourself. No one encouraged you or pushed you to be better or encouraged you to be more than what you truly are. No one cared enough, but I did. And I was suffering in the background, crying inside myself, wishing that you could see what I was actually doing for your soul, wishing that you could see that I was truly the one meant for your life. And that takes strength. It takes strength to not be the priority. It takes strength to not have acknowledgement. It takes strength to even at times not even be cared for enough. It takes strength for me to be the one to have to be pushed away, for me to be the one to feel like I'm the problem. It takes strength for me to stay solid in my position and know that regardless of me being pushed away, me being sort of neglected in a sense or abandoned in a sense, all those things are okay. Because I don't need none of those things to care about you. Because my care is truly unconditional. I don't need no ego booster because I'm already whole. My soul is already fulfilled. My soul is obese. My soul is overweight and it's getting bigger and bigger. So I don't need to feel like I'm the main source in your life, even though I know I truly am. In a beautiful, arrogant way that's super sincere and genuine, I truly am. Because I'm the only one that truly cared. And why? Because I went through major suffering, major abuse. I broke through all the doubts. I broke through all the self-hatreds. And I came all this way to help you do the same. And no one has ever went through those things at all and came back to pull somebody up, came back to pull you up. No one has ever done that. All everyone who anyone's ever did is be able to just do superficial things for you. Buy you stuff, give you stuff, take you places, give you this false sense of companionship or this false sense of togetherness. But deep inside, it was all a lie, because how could they give you something when they were struggling to have it as well? So even though it may have felt good to you because you felt like you wasn't getting that from where you thought you should get it, so it felt good having it, deep inside, that was the true deceit. That was the true deception. That's what's been truly breaking you down. The fact that you think these things are making you feel full, when all reality, these are things that still make you wake up and feel unhappy within yourself. But still I rise, and I still come back to help pull you up. Because that's what friends are for. So no matter how much a woman has driven me to all sorts of different levels of misunderstandings and misjudgments, still, you're worth caring about. You're worth it. I love you. You're worth it. You're worth it. Thank you.